And this is something that we in Sweden really have to be to evaluate later.
What was your level of responsibility, though? Because we have the former state epidemiologist Annika Linda saying the following about your handling of. She says, there was no strategy at all for the elderly. I now understand that. I do not understand how they can stand and say the level of preparedness was good when, in fact, it was lousy. She says,
so it's absolutely what you look at, and to listen to our chief epidemiologist.
He says,
chief epidemiologist.
He says,
chief epidemiologist.
He says,
chief epidemiologist.
He says,
chief epidemiologist. Our chief epidemiologist. So I totally counter what you're saying.
He says,
so I totally counter what you're saying.
Was there no plan for the elderly?
Well, actually,
that's shameful, isn't it?
Well, it's your words. I think that you are actually acting like this is kind of a World Cup in who get the disease or not get the disease. We don't see it that way. That's not how a responsible government is handling those issues. Actually, what we have in Sweden is another way of governmental organization. And that means that if it's not working on one of the levels, then we will have a problem. And that is why the state had to go in and take a lot of decisions and also several new laws so that the central level could be able to go in and decide also on other levels. There was more than 40% of those who were employed that didn't have enough knowledge of basic hygiene care, for example, how you wash your hand and so on and so forth. That is now being taken care of with 140,000 having got an education. Well, that's not how a responsible government is handling those issues. A responsible government is education. Education.
She says,
well, education.
She says,
well, education.
She says,
well, education.
She says,
well, education.
She says,
we don't see it that way. Our chief epidemiologist, our chief epidemiologist, our chief epidemiologist.
We don't see.
Och att betala en årlig avgift är en förpliktelse som vi värnar och inte ett politiskt påtryckningsmedel. Sveriges medlemskap i EU innebär enorma vinster för vårt samhälle och våra medborgare. För ett exportberoende land som Sverige kan betydelsen av att vara en del i EUs inre marknad med mer än 500 miljoner konsumenter inte vara nog betonas. Att vara del av en politisk union där vi hanterar gemensamma utmaningar och problem runt förhandlingsbordet istället för på slagfälten är ovärderligt. Regeringen värnar EU-samarbetet, vår rättsgemenskap och de gemensamma grundläggande värdena om frihet, demokrati, jämlikhet, rättsstatens principer och mänskliga rättigheter som samarbetet och medlemskapet vilar på. EU är inte ett samarbete där man kan välja och vraka bland de regler och skyldigheter som gäller. Det är inte heller en bankomat där man kan hämta ut pengar utan förpliktelser. Otroligt. Dessutom när det gäller handelsavtal har Sverige kunnat vara med i de mycket framgångsrika handelsförhandlingar som EU förhandlar om därför att EU ger tillgång till en marknad på 500 miljoner personer jämfört med Sverige som har möjlighet till en marknad på 10 miljoner personer. När det gäller välfärdsfrågor i Sverige så har nu regeringen satsat enorma pengar på välfärden. Socialdemokraterna lägger det största trygghetsprogrammet i modern tid.